Yo, yo, yo. We are fucking back. Got the webcam. Just wanted to style on you guys a little bit this time. But dude, real quick, I didn't want to talk sports, but before hopping on tonight, I was finishing up this fucking Hornets Miami Heat playing game. Dude, I wanted to roast LaMelo Ball so bad. Like he played like absolute dog shit. He couldn't handle the pressure. He's making horrible mistakes, just throwing up brick after fucking brick, and he hits the game winning layup, dude. I was so fucking mad because I had this whole thing. I was gonna roast his ass, and now I'm like, fucking. If you hit a game winner, like you don't, people don't got to tell you nothing. So like, I get that part. Like I understand that part, but also I'm hitting that layup like he was wide open. But he had a fucking horrible game. I don't know if he has it in him. To be honest, he might just be a flashy fucking regular season player. But we'll see. He did hit the game winner, so I'm gonna fucking relax. But anyway, let's get into the fucking episode, dude. It's been a while. This is episode 4. I actually already had episode 4 fucking recorded a couple weeks ago while I was on a work trip. I did like 45 minutes. I had some crazy stories about the fucking trip and everything. And I go to listen to it back, and the audio's all fucked. My voice sounds like I have a crazy lisp. Like it sounds like I had a fucking stroke recently. Like it was really bad. And I kind of want to, I almost like kept it anyway. It's just like a fuck it, dude. Like I don't feel like redoing this. So I waited weeks. Like I was really not trying to do it again. But there is some stuff I want to talk about. So fucking do it again. Let me show you what I'm drinking. Enough of me for a sec. We're doing a little something special tonight. We got right here, we got us some Michelada. I'm not going to lie. I had a couple sips during this Hornets game. I couldn't wait. But this is drink number 1. I did hold off for the most part. Michelada, though, dude. Wife introduced me to this in Mexico. Got Clamato, a little Valentina. Get a little spice in there. Some, what's this shit called? Tahine around the rim. Dude, put some Corona in there. And it's pretty fucking good, man. It's a really good, different drink. It's like a Bloody Mary, but with beer, basically. A little spicier, but I'll probably have one of these. I'm not trying to fuck my stomach up, but do one of these. And then probably switch to Coronas for the rest of the pod. But we'll see, man. But yeah, cheers. It's good to be back, man. It's good to be fucking back. Now, I did fuck up the audio once, so I gotta check this. I'm sorry. I'll be right fucking back, alright? Alright, we're good. The audio's fucking good. Hopefully this pod goes off smoothly. We get everything out there. Go the fuck to sleep. Because I've been up since 6 a.m. and it's fucking almost 11, alright? But dudes, alright. Yeah, so like I said, I got the webcam. I noticed behind me, you can see kind of a little bit of the background. I wasn't too sure. I should have checked this before. Luckily, there's nothing crazy going on back there. I got the dude chair though. I don't know if you guys have this thing where like, you just throw like clothes that you wore but you know are still good, like a fucking hoodie or like a pair of jeans you wore out, or like I don't know, like I hop out the shower, put a shirt on, and then like don't wear it that long, but you're like, this isn't dirty. I don't want to fucking do too much laundry all the time, so like they all end up on the chair. So that's what's going on behind me. But anyway, man, let me take a fucking sip here. So what's up with you guys, dude? Um, I've been thinking lately. I've been hearing the phrase fucking love language. I feel like it's making its way back. And dude, fuck a love language. I was thinking about it like, dude, I don't get, just fucking like laugh at my jokes and don't leave me when I get laid off. That's literally all I need. But I don't want to talk about love languages. I want to know, what's your fucking bro language? All right? Just like how do you check up on the boys? Are you even checking up on the boys? Do you hit them with the house life text? Maybe you send memes. Maybe that's your language. Maybe everybody's got a beers texter in their group chat, even though they know that fucking no one's going out with them, and they'll be lucky to do it once a month. But they still every week you get that beers text. That's probably me. Let's be honest. But yeah, dude, what's your bro language? You better be fucking checking up on your boys, all right? Because I have some homies who get a girlfriend, maybe get a new job, maybe they, I don't know, life gets too hard and they move away to West Virginia and start a new life, and you don't hear from them. And I don't play that shit with my day ones. I'm always trying to stay in touch, at least somewhat. I'm definitely the beers texter, like I said. But yeah, man, I also just check up on a dude, like, see how they're living. You gotta pick them up sometimes, hit them with the, let them know they're still fucking him, You gotta just, You gotta stay in touch, man. That shit matters. And also, my specific, very specific love language, I, on occasion, will get fucking hammered and send personalized song recs to the boys. That's what I do. So, I don't know what you guys are doing. Maybe you're not doing enough, alright? So fucking get it together. Hit up your homies. What else do I want to talk about, dude? Um, Man, it's all so fucking jumbled. Like, I think it's been like a month probably since I last dropped the pod. I don't really, nothing too crazy's happened outside of this work trip, so it's probably mainly what I'm going to talk about is like shit that happened um, over that 2 week period. So yeah, dude, one sec. I went to Twin Falls, Idaho for work, which is a fucking hike. I didn't realize how far Idaho was. I hadn't fucking looked at a map in a while. It's all the way Pacific Northwest, dude. Basically right next to fucking Washington State. So way over there. They needed help, so flew out there. Work trips are pretty nice. They pay for everything. They pay for the hotel, your Uber, your rental car, your fucking food. They would pay for everything, and you get bonuses on top of it. So it's really nice. Wife wasn't keen on me leaving for 2 weeks, but she thought I could use a little break from the full time work and the dad action. And yeah, dude, the bonus is nice. Like it will actually help us. So that's all cool. But dude, I gotta tell you guys about a fucking nightmare travel day I had getting from Philly to Twin Falls. So I had a flight. My flight was scheduled for 7 a.m., right? And I know they're having all this TSA agent shit going on where like you got to be at the airport early because these people are on strike. There's not that many people there, whatever. So I was like, all right, my flight's at 7. It's probably boarding 6:30. I'm gonna try to get to the airport at like 4:30. Give me 2 hours at least. Um, which probably honestly, like in a lot of cases, that might not even be enough. But I was like, fuck, I'm not trying to like fucking camp out there at 10 at midnight. But so I got there. I woke up right. I woke up on time. So I woke up at like 3 a.m. Getting ready, showering, and I get this text from fuck this app. My work uses this travel app called Agencia. Fuck them. But anyway, the app texts me and says, your flight has been delayed until 1 p.m. So I'm like, damn, I just got up and got showered. I'm ready. I'm getting kind of jacked up, ready to do this shit. So like, I guess I can fucking chill out now. Like, just got pushed back, what, 7 hours, or about 6 hours? So fuck. So I'm slowing my roll. Hopped out the shower. I'm chilling, thinking about maybe getting something to eat. Maybe go back to sleep, hopefully. And then, like, as I'm, like, chilling out for maybe an hour, like, decompressing a little bit, I get another text saying, actually, your gate's been moved to this other gate, and you're still departing at 7. So now I'm in a fucking panic. Like, I wasted a fucking hour. There's all this TSA shit, and I'm like, fuck, if I, like, fucking floor it out of here now, like, I might make it within, like, 45 minutes, and hopefully I can rush through everything. So I'm doing, like, 20 miles over the speed limit all the way to Philly, which is, like, I turned a half-hour drive into, like, I don't know, 25 minutes maybe. Uh, get to my parking spot. Like, I had to take a shuttle over to the airport. I'm just, like, hauling ass, right? I get all the way there, and I fucking wait in line. Because this is before security, by the way. Like, you have to wait in line to fucking check your bag, which is so annoying, but I have to check a bag because I'm going for fucking 2 weeks. I check my bag, and the lady goes, oh, yeah, your flight was delayed. You have to, you can pick a new flight if you want, but, you're going to be here till 1 p.m., basically, so you have time. And I was like, what? My app said my flight gate was changed. And they're like, oh, your gate was changed, but that's for the 1 p.m. fucking flight. So my app just fucking lied to me, basically. So I'm there 6 hours early, and I'm like, fuck it. I mean, at this point, security doesn't even matter. And I get up there, and dude, security was nothing. I got through in fucking 30 minutes or less. Like, it was literally a breeze. So, whatever. Fuck it. I'm there. I have 6 hours to kill before a fucking 1 p.m. flight. And, like, normally, like, fuck. I have this huge ass delay. Like, airport beers, right? Let's fucking do this shit. Like, we're on vacation for today. Like, we're in an airport where time doesn't exist. Like, what time's acceptable to start drinking? And I was like, dude, I don't know. It's gonna be a long day. Oh, not only did I have this 6 hour fucking delay, I landed Salt Lake City where I have another 4 hour delay. So I have like 10 hours of fucking delays and then a 4.5 hour flight in between those delays. So I'm like, dude, this is, if I start drinking now, I'm gonna be miserable. So I fucking took it easy. I was just fucking, I was like, let me do some healthy shit before I wreck my body for like 6 hours in a row. So I started walking to Philly Airport, which is fucking insanely big. Like, I like walked to each terminal like twice. I think I ended up walking like 6 miles, like at Philly Airport alone. I was fucking bumping some music, some podcasts, listened to Rumors by Fleetwood Mac in its entirety for the first time. Fucking unreal album, by the way. It's like probably one of the top 5 albums of all time. Like, unreal. But, so I do that. Eventually, I needed to chill, so I strategically posted up in the foreign arrivals area so I could scout the foreign baddies as they came off the planes. And, that didn't work at all. It was just like middle-aged fucking Europeans who were flustered. But honestly, the logic was sound, and I think I made the right move there. But anyway, dude. So I finally get on this fucking flight. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I finally get on this fucking first flight, and I don't know about you guys, and this might just be me, and maybe I'm a fucking psycho, but like, dude, every time I fly solo like quite a bit for work recently. Every time I do, I swear, every time I always like scope out everybody on board to like I scope out everyone on board and I like try to get a feel for like what kind of people they are. So I'm like, all right, this guy's like he's got like alpha male energy. This guy like this fucking dead-eyed guy has 3 kids, like his fucking his fucking wife's just like scrolling TikTok on her phone, like not paying attention to him, and he's just like dead to the world. I'm like, all right, that guy's like, all right, he's not a threat. And the reason I'm doing this, I'm scouting everybody out, is because I always have these insane apocalyptic scenarios in my head when I'm fucking flying alone. I'm like, all right, if our plane goes down and it's just us, what would that be like, dude? Who am I forming of? Who am I forming a fucking clan with? Like, who are we going after? I don't know why I do this. I'm fucking psycho, I think. But I do this every time. I really don't know why. I watch too much fucking TV. But anyway, so I'm going through all these scenarios. I'm like, all right, this guy's fucking obviously working out. Gym rat. He's a threat. Dad's not a threat. Then you get your wild cards, right? You got this dude with like fishing boots on and like a ripped up like JanSport backpack. I'm like, that guy could fucking make a weapon out of his boarding pass. Like, I'm not fucking with him if shit goes down. But anyway, I'm doing all this, right? And I'm like, fuck, this is reminding me of this apocalyptic shit for whatever reason, it was reminding me of early Walking Dead when it was like actually good. And I was like, all right, I haven't seen season 1 probably in over 10 years. So I was like, let me watch season 1 of Walking Dead on this 4-hour flight just to kill some fucking time, whatever. So I download that. I'm watching Walking Dead. I had these apocalyptic fucking scenarios fresh on my mind, right? We get into the air. We're going for like 45 minutes. I watch a whole episode. And then, dude, as like I'm watching these dead bodies come back to life and like people go down, 4 rows ahead of me, some guy fucking passes out on the plane. I've never seen this shit happen before. This girl's like, excuse me, flight attendants. This guy next to me, he's not breathing, he's not moving. Can somebody come? And like, flight attendants start running up and down the aisle, and one of them gets on the intercom. They're like, "Is there a doctor on board? Is there a doctor on board?" Like a fucking movie, dude. I swear, this all happened. And so this lady from like first class comes rolling up. She looked important. I don't know what she did. Some kind of doctor or something. I don't know. But she like started checking on him. She's like checking his vitals. I think she gave him like ginger ale, which like for some reason is the fucking universal tonic for everything. Gives him ginger ale, and like eventually he comes to. And dude, as soon as this guy comes to, right like caddy corner from him, like across his seat, but like a row ahead, somebody there fucking passes out immediately afterwards. Dude, it was insane. And now the chick next to this guy's panicking because I think that's her boyfriend. She's like in tears and she's freaking out, and the flight attendants are like, they don't know what's going on. One of them gets on like this red phone, which looked like a crazy red phone. It looked like an emergency phone or something. I was like, fuck, are they like calling the cockpit? And then I'm like, dude, this is how selfish I am, by the way. We're being honest here. I'm like, fuck, are we gonna have to make emergency landing now? Like, I don't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about the people right away in this scenario. I'm a piece of shit, but that was my first thought was, fuck, dude, this is gonna fucking ruin my travel plans even further. But anyways, so this guy's getting checked out. the first guy was fine, I guess. They're still like kind of going back and forth. This other guy wakes up, and then a third person ahead of the first guy, like maybe 3 rows ahead of him, goes down. And now I'm starting to get like fucking scared. Like, is there fucking super COVID? Like, what is going on this plane? Like, I don't know if it was like we had all been on delay, right? We all our flight was delayed 6 hours. Are people just fucked up? Were they drinking? Like, is the air pressure in the cab? Like, I'm going through all these like logical scenarios, but the other part of my brain that's like, dude, this is it. Like, you're about to get your fucking apocalyptic event. Like, I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, I'm running through all the scenarios again, and this guy, the fucking third guy, wakes up and he's fucking fine. I don't know what happened to any of them. I was never given an official status update, and I didn't fucking ask. I should have asked one of the flight attendants, like, just being nosy, because like at this point, like something's got to give. Like, you got to give us something. Where everyone's fucking panicking. But all these people were fine, and the flight attendants slowly started going back to their fucking spots. No one else passed out that I'm aware of. But dude, holy shit. And now I'm like, my flight's fucking, like, I'm just like on edge the whole time. Like, I don't want to talk to anyone. Like, I don't know. It was bizarre, dude. Anyway, so that was the flight to fucking Utah. Anyway, I don't know. Trying to see what else happened on this first day, dude. I land in Salt Lake City, and at this point, like, I'm ready to start drinking. I hadn't had anything yet. I had a beer on the plane. They gave me a free beer after the shenanigans went down. They're like, I was like, how much for a beer? Like, I don't care. I'll pay fucking $15. I need something. They're like, no, honestly, your flight was delayed, um, and everyone almost died. You just take a beer, and not so many words. That's what she said. But so I had a beer on the flight. I get to Salt Lake City. I go to the first brewery by my gate and I ordered 2 beers. And I'm like, all right, it's time to get going. So have a couple beers, walk around Salt Lake City Airport a little bit. Way smaller than Philly's from what I could see, but was there just going between a couple bars, breweries. I think I had 4 or 5 beers while I was there. Got some food. And finally, it's time to get onto the smallest airplane I've ever been on to Twin Falls, okay? I'm taking forever drinking this. I'm going to cut this segment off in a sec. I land in Twin Falls, though, right? Immediately, I should have known this is going to be the smallest airport I've ever been to, because when you land, there's no off fucking exit like you get on a normal airport, like to your terminal. There's a fucking staircase that leads you to the ground. So get off the plane, going downstairs, walk into the airport. There's no baggage claim. They fucking open a garage door like you see at a concession stand at a ballpark. They just open a garage door. Everyone's suitcases come fucking flying through. And dude, the airport was so small and our flight was so delayed that was fucking my rental car place wasn't even open. So I had to get a fucking Uber into town to get to my hotel. Luckily, my job pays for all this shit. So I'm waiting for an Uber, and like, there's other people fucked too that are like, they don't want to pay $50 for an Uber or whatever. So like, I guess this airport's used to this shit. So dude who works there just fucking, he just drives around and just offers people rides. He has this big ass truck, and like 4 people just get in with this fucking random airport employee's truck, and he just drives them into town. Those people might no longer be with us. I have no idea, but so this airport was fucking so small. It was crazy. But eventually, I fucking get the Uber, get all the way to my hotel room. At this point, I had left my house at 3 a.m. I'm sorry, I woke up 3 a.m. in New Jersey, went to sleep in my hotel at 1 a.m. in Twin Falls, which is 3 a.m. here. So basically a 24-hour fucking day of just traveling. Fucking sucked, but we did make it. I'm gonna finish this drink, or what's left of this watery bullshit at this point, because I'm talking too much. And we're gonna get into a second beer, and we're gonna speed up the pace a little bit. We're gonna get into some shit, but that was a travel day from hell. Here we go, fucking beer number 2. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know if this shit's allowed on YouTube. Just be drinking. Probably should have looked into that before I started doing this. I think when it was just audio, it was fine. I don't know if I can just be straight up fucking railing beers on stream, but whatever, dude. Who gives a fuck? There's like 30 people that watch this shit. Whatever. Alright, so we got the travel day from hell out. That was the main thing I wanted to talk about on my first pod round. But there's been some shit that has happened in between. So yeah, I went out to fucking Jerome, dude. Jerome, I went to Twin Falls. Jerome is the town of that the lab was in, like 10 minutes away. But I stayed in Twin Falls, and that fucking town is pretty sick. Uh, there's a mini Grand Canyon like right next to where my hotel was. You could like walk down into it, you could hike down into it from the bottom and see everything. There was like a trail at the top where people were like walking and running on that I went down a little bit. It was pretty sick, dude. Really really cool views. Landscape was kind of reminded me of Colorado a little bit. No trees though, which was weird. There's like desert, uh, with like just canyons in between. It was kind of cool though. I fucking the food was pretty good. Surprisingly, a lot of good Mexican food. So that was most of what I was eating, to be honest. Just local Mexican food, dude. And I was surprised. I was telling my wife on the way over, like I was like, I'm probably gonna miss some fucking food here because like I can't see like I don't know what the Latina, the Hispanic community's like over there if they're gonna be having too much. But the food was good. Whatever. Twin Falls, good time. Went out there for 2 weeks. Worked, helped them out a little bit. Now I'm back. But yeah, dude, what else do I want to fucking talk about, dude? So while I was there, I had to cancel YouTube TV because apparently I already did first of all, and apparently when you I paused it, and this is where I fucked up because I didn't know when you pause your membership. I thought that just meant like I can resume whenever I want to. Like, let me just take some time off. Maybe when football season comes back around, I'll get red zone again. You know. But anyway, apparently in the fine print, if you pause it, um, it resumes after 3 months. Sorry, I'm tired. We're gonna get through this shit though. It resumes after 3 months. They sent me an email that went straight to my spam as soon as I paused it. That said that at the very bottom. So on me, I guess. Whatever. So it resumed. Charged me like $100. So instantly I'm like, all right. I saw this charge like, or fucking my wife saw it. She's a hawk on this shit. She saw it. She's like, all right. You got to cancel this shit. We're not paying $90. Just cancel it. See if you get your money back. So I talked to YouTube support, TV support, whatever. I'm like, hey, please, this was an accident. Can you please cancel it? Refund my money. This was a mistake. Like this, I wasn't trying to get this. And they were like, um, yeah, we can go ahead and cancel it. Did you see our email? And I was like, no, I didn't see the fucking email. It got sent to my spam folder. I didn't see it. And they're like, okay, well, before you cancel, can I ask you a few questions? And like at this point, I'm like, fuck. But she did say that she would cancel and refund after a few questions. Like, all right, what you got for me? Ask me your questions. It's gonna be a no, but let me see what you got. So she's asking me like all these fucking questions. She's like, what'd she say first? First she was like, hold on. First she tried to offer me a sports package. She was like, all right, I see you like sports. That's what your package was last time. What if we just offered you our sports package? Do you want to hear what's in that? I was like, fine. What's in the sports package? She was like, oh, it's all the main sports channel, the ESPN, whatever, all the other ones, NBC, and she's like, oh, it's like $70 a month. I'm like, no, next, what you got next? Not paying that. I'm gonna legally stream the shit for free. She's like, all right, well, what price point would keep you? I'm like, okay, what do you got for $10 or less? What do you have for $10 a month or less? And then we'll talk. And she's like, we don't have anything for that. I was like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and cancel and refund, please. And she's like, all right, this is a one-time offer. This is our last effort to get you to stay. And I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. What you got? And she goes, what if we give you a free week? And I swear, dude, I was like, oh, yeah, that'll do it. I only needed a week to get all my finances in order, actually, and then yeah, we'll just resume the $100 a month. Yes. And she's like, oh, do you really want to? I was like, no, fucking Sheila, I don't want to do this. Just cancel and refund me. And finally, she's like, okay, moving forward with the canceling. But dude, like, what the fuck? How did her questions get progressively worse? Like, I don't know. But anyway, so that fucking took forever. But why I brought that up is because this reminded me of my most embarrassing cancellation that I've ever had, and I'm gonna be sharing it here, against my own better judgment, I would say. So I had to be like, this is like back when I was fresh out of high school, 18, 19 years old, had my first job, just got my first debit card, right? And I see a $40 charge on my debit card, and that was like fucking everything I had. Like I was delivering pizzas for cash tips. I was getting paid cash. I probably had like $50 in the bank. So somehow my bank got fucking emptied on one charge that I did not make. So immediately I'm like, fuck, I probably got hacked somehow. Let me call the fucking debit card company and see what happened. And I went online onto their website and I saw it was like a charge from Albuquerque. And I was like, all right, yeah, I'm obviously not in fucking New Mexico. So what's going on here? Uh, so I get on the phone with this rep who's like asking me, he's like, oh, yeah, yeah, this doesn't look like a normal charge. Let's go ahead and call the number there and see who made the purchase. And they call it. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Let's get. He's like, do you mind if we're on a three-way call with the guy? I'm like, no, I don't mind. Let's find out who this fucker is. You know, scamming me. So they call up this guy. This third party answers the phone, and immediately this dude sounds like fucking bored. Like he's been through this shit all the time, and he knows exactly what's about to happen. And my bank rep's like, "Hello, sir. I'm speaking on behalf of Jordan Smith. Are you aware of this purchase that was made? Blah blah blah." And the guy goes, "Yes, his name is Jordan Smith. Right? Is his debit card number?" He reads off the debit card. Yes, address, whatever, email address. I was like, "Yep, that's all me. Somebody got me. Somebody must have stole my identity." I'm thinking, and the guy goes, "Do you give me permission?" The third party guy says, "Do you give me permission to say the name of the website out loud?" And like, I still don't know what's going on at this point. So I'm like, "Yeah, I want to know what the fuck's going on. Like, what is this website?" And the guy goes, um, this charge was made by Bang Bros Inc." And immediately I'm like, "Ah, shit." And dude, before you guys judge me, I got fucking got. All right. I'm 18, first of all. I'm 18, 19. And I saw a free trial. All right. Saw a free trial. Went for it. I don't know why. Never pay for the shit. Never, okay? No matter what they're trying to sell you. Just never fucking pay for it. But I fucking did the free trial. But I used my debit card like a fucking dumbass. And I forgot to cancel after a month. I knew immediately. All this clicked in my head like immediately, right? And I sat there for a second. And like, there's just silence, like from the rep and the third party. It's just fucking silence. And after a couple seconds, I hear my voice change. And I'm like, "Oh, actually, I think one of my friends would have been playing a prank on me. Yeah, actually, yeah, no, it's all good, it's all good. I wasn't hacked." And I just hung up the phone like immediately. I didn't wait for it to hear nothing. But dude, holy fuck. The moral of the story, though, kids, don't pay for it. Okay, there's plenty of free shit out there. You don't got to be a freak about it. Just fucking do it. Do it for free. Do it in silence. Like, god damn it. I don't think I've shared that story with anybody, so you guys are all welcome to whoever's fucking listening to this. Fortunately or unfortunately, listening to this fucking podcast. But anyway, what else is going on with me, dude? Um, my wife will fucking Sam will laugh. She hears that shit. She doesn't give a fuck. But she is fucking toxic, and I want to talk to you guys. She's toxic in other ways, and I want to ask you guys if this is like a thing like with fucking Latinas, or is it her specifically, or maybe it's all girls. I don't know. But she like instantly just like, here, I'm gonna give you a prime example of what I'm talking about, okay? So this is while I'm on my trip. It's like Tuesday or Wednesday. I get off work at 6. It's like, I don't know, it's still light outside. Like, I still got a few hours in me. I'm like, all right, let me go check out. There's one local brewery, only one in the town. Let me go there, try their beer, have dinner, right? So I go there, and it's a fucking vibe, dude. It's just me and a couple other people at the bar. Sit down. There's fucking all sports on, basketball games. I'm like, I asked the guy, can I get the Sixers game? He's like, oh yeah, we'll pull it up right here for you. Boom. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I have like 3 basketball games. I have beer. I have food. I'm by myself. This is Joe Flacco's fucking wet dream, right? Like everybody, I'm in my fucking happy place. And then a fucking on the radio, they're like playing some jams too, and this Chili Pepper song that's never on the radio. I think it was Around the World. You never hear it on the radio, right? It's like one of those deeper cuts, but it came on, and I was like, damn, this is like for me. This feels like for me. I have all these basketball games on. The food's good. The beer's hitting. Um, and this fucking Chili Pepper song came on that never comes on. I'm like, you know what? This is for me. And I take a video of the moment with the song in the background. I send it to Sam. Right? I'm like, look how cool this is. Isn't this fucking sick? And like her response, like this is what goes through her head. So I sent it to her, and she goes, "Oh, we're just out on a fucking Wednesday drinking." I'm like, "Oh, fuck it. That's your first thought. Whatever." Like she's fucking jabbing me. Whatever. That's fine. I'm like, "Yes, I'm a fucking my bad. I forgot I was a fucking adult." Like, whatever. Yes, I'm out drinking. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow and be fine. But whatever. And then her second message is, who's that bitch in the background? Why is she saying you're stalking her? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And like I watched the video back. I had to watch it back like 2 or 3 times, and I cranked the volume up, and like I had to like cup my ears so I can hear it properly. And it's very faint in the background of the video I sent with the song on. You can hear the bartender talking to like one of her locals probably, and she's like, "Oh my god, like are you stalking me?" Like you can barely hear it. And this fucking Sam picks up on that immediately. Doug probably didn't even hear the song. Uh, and she hits me with that. Like, why are you stalking the bartender? Like, who is she? Do you know her? Like, just being fucking. I know she's just being an asshole, but like, this is how her brain works. She can't see like what I'm seeing and like be like, oh, it's sweet. Like, sounds like a fucking great night. She's just got to break it down like that. Piss me off. But I mean, it's not like serious, but at the same time, it's like, really, this is how your fucking brain is like processing this fucking video. But I don't know if you guys girls do this shit too, but she's fucking toxic. What else is going on though, man? Fuck. There's a few things like I want to talk about, but I don't know, save it for the next beer or what I'm thinking here. Um, I'll fucking slam the rest of this in a sec. What else was I doing out there though, dude? I mean, I went out a couple nights. I went out 2 nights. One night I was just slamming like went to a Buffalo Wild Wings, and I was just making. I betted on the fucking Yukon men's team. They were like underdogs. They hit that crazy fucking shot against Duke, and I won. And I was like going crazy. I didn't even bet that much, but I pretended to the bartender that I told her I won $1,000 just so I could like justify how fucking hype I was for no reason. I think I won $50. But I was like, yeah, I just won a fucking $1,000. She's like, oh yeah, that's awesome. You want to buy a drink for anyone around you? I was like, no, I don't. But so I was like fucking slamming beers at Buffalo Wild Wings, and they have these tall, their house beers. I forget what the fuck they're called, but I probably had 5 of them, and I walked back to my hotel room, so I didn't have to worry about taking the fucking company car and like drunk driving or anything. So I had like 5 of these fucking tall beers. No water, of course. I'm just slamming light beer, watching sports. That's my problem, dude. If I just drink water, it's because I don't like pissing every 30 seconds. Like that's why I don't want to drink water, but I need to do it. But I get back to my hotel room, and the next day I'm just fucking wiped out. I just ruined a whole like one of my only 2 days off that I had. Just spent in my hotel room. But honestly, it was pretty rough. But I was thinking of like, what are the best places to have like. I don't know why I was like ranking best places to have a hangover in my head. But I was like, honestly, as far as like places to be brutally hungover, this is probably the best gig I could be at. I'm at a hotel. Uh, no one's around. I don't have to worry about like being up early or hanging with the baby, hanging with the lady. Like I can actually just suffer in silence here, and I get paid. Like my company gives me food or gives me money for food daily. So it's like I can order DoorDash like 3 times to my room and not have to worry about it. So I did that. I literally did that. At the morning, I just DoorDash like 2 fucking blue Gatorades and a breakfast burrito. I couldn't even eat the burrito. I couldn't fucking get it down. So I just had the blue Gatorades. Then for lunch, I like ordered fucking Subway or something. And like that's all I did. I laid in bed all day watching videos on my phone, fucking watching college basketball in the background. It was probably the best hangover slash. It was brutal. Don't get me wrong. Like I had a pounding headache, but that was the best place to be hungover. I think that was the best possible scenario. I don't know what the worst hangover would be. Probably the airport. I haven't been hungover in an airport. Normally, that's where I'm like drinking at the airport. I've never actually been hungover, but that's got to be a pretty rough one. Just being on a plane, fucking. Oh, that's got to be brutal. That's probably got to be the worst one, right? An airport. I don't know though, dude. But yeah, mine wasn't bad, so got lucky there. But I ruined my fucking one of my only days off, like I said. The other day I was lucky. I did get to see a lot of the town. I was driving around, drove through some of the hills. Just fucking, I was vibing. What else though, man? So I've been thinking about what this pod. Obviously, like I'm talking, I'm joking about shit that I think is funny, but I'm also like trying to get into some real shit. And I thought, dude, you know what I've never talked about to really my friends at all, let alone on this pod, is just kind of like the origin story of like my life before I met all my friends. Like I think I met most of the friends I have now when I was in seventh grade. So from seventh grade on, I know everybody I know now. But before then, I had like pretty fucking whirlwind of a crazy life. And I haven't really talked about it too much, just here and there. So I thought, maybe on the pod, every fucking episode, I'll trickle a little bit of like shit that happened to me as a kid, like some crazy shit, some real shit. So I thought, let me get into some of that. If you want to stick around and hear some of this shit, but if you look on screen right now, this was me at age 9 or 10. And this is the kind of drip I was fucking with to give you a little hint of how I came up. You might wonder why I might have so much swag now. Why I'm probably cool with all the homies of every race. They all respect me and want to be my friend. Obviously, you're looking at why. All right, I came up from I came up in a pretty crazy situation. But let me finish this beer off. My next beer, we'll get into it. All right. Here we go, man. Third and final beer. Hopefully this shit wakes me up a little bit. I feel like I was rambling a little bit. That last segment. I'm fucking tired, but dude, we got to get this down. I'm gonna come back a little more energy next time. Getting used to the webcam, the editing, and everything. So we're getting better as we go. But cheers, guys. Thanks for hanging if you're still here. Real quick before I get into this last segment, I started a fucking another pod just for fun, but as this one is obviously, but just some music tastes that I've been getting into, some hidden gems. It's called the Hidden Gem Show, and it's just me like going through some of my favorite music and like taking bands that maybe people have heard of and trying to share music that's not as popular. So like if you heard their radio songs or their top Spotify hits, maybe you like them, but you never dove into a band. So I try to like dig a little deeper into like some of these bands, share some of what I think is good music, like songs that I like. Um, it's gotten a good response so far from the people who have watched it. So you can check that out. Maybe I'll link it below if I figure out how to do that. But yeah, man, check it out. But anyway, dude, I wanted to talk about my fucking humble upbringing. All right. And dude, there's been some fucking crazy moments, honestly. It might be why I'm a little fucked in the head right now. And I'm thinking about apocalyptic like shit on planes. But so I grew up in Bridgeton, New Jersey. Born there until I was about 9 or 10 years old, right? So a pretty decent bulk of my childhood was in Bridgeton. I lived in a mostly black neighborhood. Most went to a mostly black school. The swag you see on screen is the swag I was wearing regularly. The fucking headband, the hat, the chain, the AI jersey, dude. This is like a classic fucking uniform I'd be rocking. But yeah, dude, and all my first CDs, like I still remember some of them. Like my mom would buy me. I had Ludacris, fucking Word of Mouth. I had the Blueprint by Jay Z. Fucking Clips. I had the Great Depression by DMX. I had some crazy shit. And I still like if I hear some of these songs to this day, I can rap to some of them, which is pretty wild. Like no one fucking knows the Great Depression CD by DMX. Like no one thinks of that shit, but I was listening to that for some reason. Um, but yeah, dude, I was just like immersed in that culture, dude. Loved basketball. I loved AI, as you can see. Like, dude, I was just all about it. Like, I all my friends were black. My first couple girlfriends were black. Like I wanted to fucking grow cornrows. Like I was all in, dude. Like that's what I grew up with. That's who I was. Honestly, it's not even like who I wanted to be. I just was like, you're fucking kids. You are who you hang out with. Like you don't think nothing of it. You know what I mean? That's just what I grew into, and I fucking it was awesome. Learned how to fucking backflip. Like, dude, all the black kids I know, I don't know how they did it. I had a trampoline. None of my friends had trampolines, but these guys just fucking came out of the womb backflipping, and they would come over when I had the trampoline, and they would start doing it. I'd be like, "Yo, how do you do that shit?" And I don't even know if they ever actually taught me. Like, you just fucking go backwards. I don't know. Like, but eventually I learned how to do it from watching them do it all the time, and I was getting mad. Fuck, I think I just fucked up my audio. Give me 1 second. I swear to God, I'll be right here. Beer will be the same level. Just want to make sure I didn't mute it by accident. Alright, false alarm. Dude, I have this mic, and it's annoying. It has a mute button, but for whatever reason, if I mute it by accident, it won't unmute. I have to, like, unplug the whole thing and plug it back in, so I just wanted to make sure I was still recording. Beer is at literally the same level, so all good here. But, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about my fucking Bridgeton. Started off in Bridgeton, New Jersey, okay? Told you about the neighborhood a little bit, about school. But dude, in school, I was literally like top of the class up until 5th grade, like the top student. I was getting like crazy awards, like statewide recognition shit. And like I'm not trying to brag or anything. It's funny because I had all of this like all these accolades in school up until like right around 4th grade when they started introducing homework into the equation. And that's when my grades started to go down a little bit. Like I was in gifted and talented, all that shit. They pulled me out of school. I remember they pulled me out of school to play chess with the fucking guidance counselor one day, and they were like, I think they were trying to see if I was like some kind of like prodigy, but unfortunately my autism is just like I just like can't make eye contact with people and shit, so I didn't get that kind of autistic blessing. But they like pulled me out of class to play chess, which was crazy. But apparently I failed because I never got to play again. So whatever, fuck that. Now I'm pretty nice though. At me. I will beat your ass at chess. But anyway, was good up until they introduced top of the class until they introduced homework. And then from that moment until the end of high school, I could just never fucking do homework, dude. I just did not have it in me to be outside of the classroom and focus on my schoolwork. I would get shit done very last minute, sometimes in school, before, like in class. I'd always get shit done, always pass, but I never like had the grades I should have had because my homework scores were always like if that's like 20% of my grade, like I'm always losing at least 10% of my total possible grade off the rip because I don't do homework. Anyway, so yeah, that was me. Went to Buckshootum Road School in Bridgeton. Like I said, all black, some Mexican. Maybe there was 5 other white kids in my whole class. Like it was pretty wild. Um, it's what it's like being a minority, dude. Some people just never know what it's like, man. Fucking going through it. We came up out the mud. But anyway, dude. So I'm in 4th grade, getting ready to go into 5th grade. Hold on. Let me back up a little bit. So 2nd grade, end of 1st grade. Sorry, this is obviously this is big. So end of 1st grade, beginning of 2nd grade, 6, 7 years old. My dad, who had been battling cancer, passed. I'm not gonna get into that. Not trying to get any fucking sympathy or any I'm not here to do that. I'm just documenting the facts at this point. But obviously, that would fuck up a 6-year-old kid, lose your dad in that kind of way. And dude, it's pretty crazy. Like thinking back, I don't really have many memories of him before that time period. I think I like as a kid I like blocked them all out, and now I'm like fuck. Yeah, I was trying to think like, is there anything? There's really nothing, dude. It's pretty wild. But that's a story for a different day, probably with my therapist. But so that happened, and then my mom eventually, when I was in like 4th grade, I want to say, she started dating again, and this is where my life would start to get a little off the rails. So she eventually met this girl online. Yes, she switched teams. I'm not gonna go down that road of why, or I don't even really know most of it, but we're not gonna get into that. She switched teams, all right? So she's chatting up some girl from New Orleans, okay? And she decides this girl's really cool. I've never met her. I've only talked to her online. I'm all in. I'm moving my 2 kids across the country. I'm selling the house. Let's fucking go. So there we are, me and my sister. I'm 9, 10 at the time. She's 7 or 8. Like, she's 2 years younger than me. And my mom, she fucking moves us all the way to New Orleans, cross country, to meet a girl she's never met and we've never met. So we get there, fucking small ass house. It was told to me at the time, this is her place. We're looking to buy a house. We won't be here long, which is fair enough, you know. And but when I get there, dude, it's a 1 bedroom house. Me and my sister are there, and her and my mom. So there's 4 of us. My sister ends up sleeping in the living room, and I'm out in the fucking garage, dude. With it wasn't a detached garage; it's part of the house. But yeah, man, it's like me, my fucking dresser, and then like lawn supplies everywhere. So that's where I'm posted up for a year. But it was kind of cool in New Orleans. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of cool in the beginning. The food was great. Love spicy food. Get down with some Cajun. I went to another all black school, so I fit right in. Uh, all my friends were black again. Same shit, dude. And my mom's girlfriend. We're not gonna name her, talk about her much, but she was really cool at the beginning. All right, for one of the first couple weeks I was there, she took me to a courtside at the time New Orleans Hornets game. I got to sit courtside. I think it was a preseason game, but got to sit courtside and watch Vince Carter when he was still on the Raptors. I think his last year on the Raptors. Got to see him live courtside. My first basketball game. I still remember him putting back a dunk and just like lifting both legs above the rim. Dude, it was fucking nuts. It was cool to see. That was awesome, especially as a basketball fan, like kid who had never been to a game. That was such a treat, dude. So got to do that. Um, but yeah, she was really cool at the beginning. So we're there. We're in New Orleans. We go to school. I do a whole school year there, right? Then as soon as summer hits, the fucking cycle would begin. Now all of a sudden, her job, whatever it was, she worked from home. Her job was relocating her. We couldn't stay in New Orleans. We had to move to Augusta, Georgia, the fucking city where they have the Masters. So while we're moving, we're about to head out. Um, there was a hurricane on the way. As you know, New Orleans, as you may know, hurricane season in the summer, late summer, early fall. Hurricanes hit New Orleans, the coast all the time. They hit just like they hit Florida. Like shit happens. Sometimes they come up through the Gulf. So there's a Category 2 hurricane like the day before we were set to move. Right, 2 days before I want to get this right because it's crazy. 2 days before we were moving, there's a Category 2 hurricane in the Gulf, and it was heading towards New Orleans. I looked like, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be pretty bad. Category 2 is pretty bad. Like that's like a severe storm. Like wires might be fucking ripped down. Like whatever. You don't want to be around for that. And then, so this was 2 days before. That night, so the night before, like we were set to head out, the day before, right? Sorry. The hurricane went from a Category 2 to a Category 4, and now it's like early morning, the day before we were supposed to leave, and we're like, this shit is Category 4. This could be like catastrophic, borderline like really bad. We should probably get out of here now. We're already packed up. Let's just move to Augusta a day early. Let's just get out of here, right? So we pack up the rest of our stuff, get in a fucking Penske truck, load it up. We all get in, we start driving. And as we're leaving the city, as we're leaving like New Orleans to go over the bridge into Mississippi, Hurricane Katrina turned into a Category 5 fucking hurricane, and it would end up hitting the morning we were supposed to leave. So Hurricane Katrina hit around 6 a.m. We would have still been in the city at that time, probably like waking up, getting ready to leave, and the place would have been in fucking absolute gridlock if we stayed. Like it would have been tough getting out. Yeah, dude. So I was in New Orleans literally up until the day before Hurricane Katrina hit, and we fucking got out of there just in time. It's pretty fucking wild. So anyway, that was New Orleans. We're out. We made it by the skin of our teeth. So we're on our way to fucking. We head to Augusta, and I get to Augusta, and this was a complete change from what I was used to. Augusta was this fucking preppy, a lot of white kids, not many children of color such as myself. A lot of polo t-shirts and khaki shorts, if you know what I mean. Um, a lot of we moved straight into a subdivision, by the way. We weren't living in a one bedroom fucking house anymore. Now we were in a fucking 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, huge backyard. It was awesome, dude. The house was sick, and we were in a nice neighborhood. Everyone fucking perfectly cut grass. Um, it was awesome, dude. And so we moved there. I started going to school there in 6th grade. Completely new school again. This is my 3rd year now, where I'm like in a new school. Um, and like that took some adjustment, dude. I slowly like this is I think where I learned how like I think I could just blend into any situation. Like it's so easy for dudes like I feel bad for my sister looking back, because I know it was fucking hard for her to move all the time and make new friends. But dudes, it's like I'm like running like riding my bike around the neighborhood. I see kids playing wiffle ball. I would ride my bike straight up to them and be like, "Yo, can I play?" I'd be like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. For sure. Fucking stand over there." Um, and that's all it takes. And you're friends with these guys for life in a lot of cases. So I made friends pretty quickly everywhere I went. I was pretty lucky with that. I'm happy I would like have the balls to do that. Like just fucking walk up to kids and be like, "Yo, I'm fucking hanging out with you guys." So I made friends, but they were different now. It wasn't my homies. It was a lot of white kids now. Dress different, talk different, into different music, different stuff. No, not as much basketball down there. At least between that group, there was a lot of golf. A lot of them had they had like putt putt in their yard, like built in holes into their backyard. Like these dudes went hard on golf. So I never got into that. Even down there, I was like, fuck this, dude. This ain't a real sport. But so I was hanging out with a new crowd. Um, so yeah, in Augusta, go to middle school. Middle school is great. Honestly, Augusta is probably the nicest place I've ever lived to this day. Up there with Boulder, I'll say. But yeah, went to school for a year there. I was like, this is awesome. I think we found a spot here. Nope. As soon as that school year ends, it's now the next summer, where the cycle would repeat again. Oh, all of a sudden, my mom's girlfriend, nameless, her job is relocating her again. Oh no, what could have possibly went wrong? Dude, I don't know what she did for work. I still don't know. Whenever I would see her, when I'd come home and she'd be working from home, quote unquote, she would just be playing online poker. Dude, I have no idea what the fuck she was actually doing. She'd always be on conference calls, but she'd just be playing poker with her feet up. So I don't know what she was actually doing. But she moved us again that summer, our nice house. We moved to a fucking apartment in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, where the players play, first of all. But no, we were in Atlanta and I was right back in like an all black like apartment complex. And I was like, what is going on here? Like how jarring is this to just be like I'm just like being culture shocked as a kid year after year. It's crazy thinking back on like now I'm like kind of back into familiar territory, but at the same time I'm like, what is going on here? Like, is this like this is not a normal childhood. Like I shouldn't be fucking uprooting my life every fucking summer and like having to make new friends, which I kept doing, dude. I was relentless. I'd always fucking make bros wherever I went. But ended up in Atlanta. I was only there for the summer. Didn't actually go to school there because I'm pretty sure what my mom found out was we weren't just moving, we may have been evading taxes in some way. Not sure exactly the whole story on that. But her and her girl, she wasn't very happy with girlfriend, okay? At this point. So I wish I knew more about this so I could rip into it, but I really don't know the details, and I don't want to ask my mom. Like this shit's water under the bridge at this point in my life. But so we ended up going home after this, like back to New Jersey. So now I'm like heading into 7th grade, and it's crazy when I think about like it was only 3 years that I was gone, but it felt like a fucking lifetime. And now I'm back, and I moved to Hopewell for the first time, going into 7th grade, which is where I met all my homies. And I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck I am right now. Like, I'm like in between cultures. I'm hanging out with the homies. I'm hanging out with fucking white boys. Now I'm back with the homies, and now Hopewell it's mostly white boys again. So I'm like, fuck. I guess like I don't know. What are these guys like? Like, I mean, I like everything. I'll fucking hang out with whatever. But anyway, I moved back to Hopewell. I don't need to get into friends I made, what I did there. but I went to Hopewell for 7th grade. And then that summer, the cycle begins again. My mom would go, you know what? She's a good person. I forgive her for whatever the fuck she did. I don't know, obviously. We're gonna try again. This time she's living in, get this, fucking New Mexico. Rio Rancho, New Mexico. So we move all the way across country again. And at this point, like, my family's like, I don't want to get too much into personal shit, but they're like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You're moving these kids cross country every year? Like, what are you doing? But anyway, we go all the way back to New Mexico. Um, and I'm in a nice house again. It was kind of like Augusta. Like, holy shit. Like, I'm back. I'm fucking rich again. I got money. What do you guys know about money? Fucking, I'm loving that part. I'm meeting new friends again. Back to the white boys with the fucking collared shirts. Rio Rancho. This chick, like, lost her mind at this point. She hated me, first of all. I think because my mom always said, like, I look like my dad. I think that fucking got under her skin or something. I don't know. But she fucking hated me at this point. Would cuss me out all the time. Didn't like me. I would never be in the house. I was listening to fucking. This was like my early pop punk, like Green Day, Blink 182 phase, where I got introduced to that by the homies at Hopewell. So I'm just blaring that shit on the radio in my room. Like, I'm in full, like, fucking angsty teen mood. I'm like 13 years old, I think, at this point. And eventually they're fighting all the time. I'm not making anyone's life easier, but fuck them. They fucking moved me around the country. Fuck them. So no one's happy, right? So I'm there. I'm in New Mexico in a new place. I have to go to school again. Their school starts in August. My shit just ended, and I have to go back to school a month early. So I go to this new fucking Rio Rancho school. I'm there from August to September, like a full month. I'm in school there before they fucking split again. Um, so I do a full month of school there, and now my mom's like, I think we're going back home. This is over for real this time. I don't know what's going on, but it's not working out. I don't remember the details. So long ago. But so in New Mexico, I was there for a month. Oh, no, I was there for longer. I was there the whole summer, and then I was there a month at school. And then I have to go back to Hopewell, and school hadn't even fucking started yet. So I just did a month of school for no reason. It didn't count for nothing, and I had to do it all over again. But anyway, we got out of New Mexico, and I finally make it back to Hopewell. All my homies who were so sad that I left, I fucking came back like a conquering hero. It was sick. And I've remained here up until the end of high school. So that was it for, like, the fucking crazy childhood, moving around. You know what's crazy about the place in New Mexico that now I'm thinking about it? A lot of the roads were blocked off in Rio Rancho, which is outside of Albuquerque. A lot of roads in Rio Rancho and Albuquerque would always be blocked off because they were filming something there. They were filming a TV show, like a new TV show that nobody, like, knew what was going on, but it was supposed to be a big TV show. Turned out to be they were filming Breaking Bad, like, right outside of my neighborhood and, like, outside of, like, a lot of the roads we would take to school. So that was crazy, but anyway, got out of New Mexico, came back, and I finally found my fucking home in Hopewell. Met the real homies, Cumberland Regional, obviously. And yeah, dude, that was a little bit of my origin story. And now, maybe that makes sense of why I'm a fucked up alcoholic. Who knows? Just kidding. I'm fine, I think. I think we turned it around. But yeah, dude, some crazy shit. Hope you guys enjoyed the pod, though. I'm going to slam the rest of this beer. And cheers to anybody still listening, all right? Appreciate you guys. Appreciate myself for doing this. We're going to do it again, and we're going to do some deeper shit from here on out, all right? Peace.